Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Let's start off with the whole kidnapping thing. Now, I do sit there and say air quotes because I feel like this was more of a scare tactic than anything else. Yesterday during my video, during the live stream, a lot of people kept sitting there thinking, I was like, and I said, I was like, maybe Mason may be involved in some sort of way. And I feel like it would have been a little bit more better. It might have been better if they just would actually have Mason or somebody in the organization, kidnap Avery to really get Sonny's attention instead of whatever the scare tactic was. Because she does want to call on Sonny, and there's one point where she's about to sit there and tell Sonny what's going on. But of course, Austin just strolls on in with Avery, um, saying how she got lost and everything like that. Flora, apparently she got a phone call. She turned away for a second, and you know, um, she was gone. Now, while Sonny was upset, he didn't fire her straight up, right? But it does make me wonder, though. All right, how is it possible? Because I'm pretty sure she does actually have guards with her. So how is it possible that even if she turns around for a split second to sit there and answer a phone call, she's just gone? And but there's no bodyguards with her. I don't understand that. How is that even possible? Moving, with that being aside, it, part of me was sit there and think, maybe Sonny would be like, you're fired. Okay, let me just find somebody who's going to sit there and watch her 24/7, which is almost an impossible job to do. But I just like this scene is just not really making a lot of sense, right? But towards the end, like I said, Austin does come in. Sonny wound up going back home, and well, Ava slaps the shit out of Ava slaps the living shit out of Austin. I don't normally curse, but I'm like, what? I don't feel like redoing this again. But that's literally what wound up happening. Meanwhile, Sonny Smith they're talking to Austin about, I mean not Austin, Ned about, I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse. And I'm just like, part of me is sitting there thinking, like, out of all the times I've watched General Hospital, I think this is the first time that he's kind of leaned into the cheesy side of him being, Sonny Corinthos, the mobster and stuff like that. And long story short, all he pretty much does is tell Ned, if you stay in town, I can hook you up with some music gigs or whatever, and maybe, get you signed. Because, he just has that type of influence. And so Ned does agree to stay. There is a point where Nina talks to him. And at first I was like, Nina, where's this going? But long story short, she tries to use reverse psychology on Ned. You know, um, talking about, because when he leaves, Ned's like, I'm not really too sure, like, if I stay any longer, because, he knew about the whole kidnapping thing, and he was like, this is the thing about family, attachments and stuff like that, and if I stay in town, I may start to soften up, and I don't want to sit there and do that. And Nina tries to reverse psychology. It's like, yeah, I get it, the open road and everything like that. And I'm just like, that's Nina for you. That's that's Nina trying to make it seem like, um, no, I think you should totally stay here and whatever, as opposed to being on the open road and just the freedom and stuff. But when Sonny comes back and Nina and Ned takes him up on the offer, Nina's not happy about that. And of course, she has that stupid, disappointed look on her face. Um, Brooklyn does wind up getting the information from Maxie, Maxie Snicket talking about a new house and everything like that, and Nathan and the memories and everything like that. And she gets a call. And so Brooklyn comes over there because they were talking about the Deceptor and everything. She gets all the information that she needs and she dips out. And of course, Maxie comes back and Maxie talks to someone and find out that Brooklyn really didn't sit there and come into work or whatever because apparently I guess she was supposed to check in with someone. And so she's like, oh, that's kind of odd. And of course, Brooklyn does go back to Tracy and gives her the information. And Tracy's like, oh, well, this is what we need. And Brooklyn's like, who's we? But Tracy's like, hey, listen, you just do your part and everything will be smooth sailing. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, what other information does she need to sit there and give you? Or how long is this how long you know what I'm saying? Like how long is she supposed to sit there and be giving info to you? So you got that going on. And then you have this scene where it's like they just needed to sit there and get as many people that's on contract or whatever to make sure that they fill out their contract. Because you brung in Felicia and Mac, and like once you start doing stuff like that, it's just it seemed like it was unnecessary to be honest. And all this really was for Lucy to sit there and talk to Felicia about keeping an eye on Marty because the dude's acting very squirrely. He keeps there trying to shut down any sort of conversation when it comes towards taking credit for the Deceptor or at least lending a hand in it. And she wants to know what's going on. And of course, Marty's there thinking back where his talk with Mac about how ex-wife number three is threatening him about something. So I don't know if it's about payments or whatever, but hopefully they do get down, get to that part of the story, and it will be interesting because like all this was a setup for her to sit there and ask for help. That's it. Um, Completely messy and just kind of wholly unnecessary. I mean, seriously, did you really need to sit there and get Mac? I felt like this could have been handled in a better way, but unfortunately, this is what it is. So you got that going on. You got Drew coming. Well, you got Sam and Dante bringing Scout over to talk to Drew about sitting her down and being like, hey, listen, I'm going to be going to jail for a long time, yada yada yada. Once they do get to that point, but Tracy, even Tracy's there looking at this deal and it's like, no, you can simply just turn over Carly and that be that. How is that actually going to sit there and work out for your daughter? So even Sam and Tracy, which I'm pretty sure they don't even like each other, is on the same boat. I'm pretty sure damn near everyone that is watching this review is on that same boat. As far as this is not fair for Drew. Drew should not be doing something as selfish as leaving his family to pay for Carly's crime. I mean, hell, I like Carly. This is just stupid. And they wound up having this big argument because even Sam is not okay with it, which I'm surprised that Sam. I guess Sam just kind of gritted her teeth when Carly came in. But even Sam was like, no, let Carly pay for her crimes. Now let's get into Carly and Jocelyn and Diane. Did a bit of small talk with Jocelyn as far as her trying to have peace with Sonny for the sake of the family, right? And I was like, all right, cool. That's personal growth. I'll take it. And of course, she had to sit there and backslide a little bit, talking about, but Sonny never sits there and pay for his crimes, and the dude's a walking criminal. I'm like, oh, Josh, you're doing so good. And you had to sit there and backslide, but whatever. With Jocelyn, a lot of times with her, it's like, I'll take whatever ounce of goodness that I can sit there and get from your scenes because Diane comes in and Diane is like, long story short, she still can't sit there and represent Drew. But, Zeke seemed like he's more than capable of really tackling that situation, so he's good. But Diane is like, yeah, well, here's the thing. So you're gonna have to sit there and pay a hefty fine. And she shows Carly the piece of paper how much she has to pay, and Carly is just like her jaw just drops, right? And I'm like, man, it must be a lots of money, like lots of money. I think it was like 5 million or 50 million or something like that. And she was floored. She was floored. And so, Jocelyn's like, I can help you out. Michael can help you out. Sonny can help you out. And Diane explained all the reasons why it's a bad idea for Michael to help out. And it's a bad idea for Sonny to help out. So, at this point, yep, she's probably gonna have to sit there and be getting a lot of PB and J's in her future. A lot of ramen noodles. No more trips to the Metro Court. Maybe Kelly's for a while, for a very, very, very long time. Same. But after a while, she does kind of accept it. She sits there and looks at Drew's situation, and she's like, you know what, it is what it is. Um, I'll get everything back again, and that's just how she looks at it. Um, and to be honest, it's literally the best of a bad situation because, to be honest, she could just be going to jail. Okay, she could just wind up being going to jail, and but she's not because reasons, and it is what it is. I feel like that's about it. This wasn't a bad episode. Um, it could have been a better episode than what it was if you would have took out the stuff with Lucy. Um, I didn't really care that much for the whole Maxie and Brooklyn scene. Like I really didn't. Maxie has been a backseat for this show for a very long time. I understand why, because she's been, personally, she's been going through so many different things. But it was just one of those things. Just like when she brought up Nathan, it was like, man, when you actually had a story, right? And now you're behind a desk and you're talking about a house that no one cares about. So, I don't know. Hopefully, at some point, if things do get better, they can actually give her a storyline, and I can actually start to care about the stuff that goes on in her world. Anyway, I feel like that's pretty much going to be about it. I can't really think of anything else that happened, but as I always sit there and say, come to the live stream tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be going over all of the soaps, Days, YNR, B&B, and GH. Which Days I really didn't like. I really didn't like. But you know what the sad part is, though? I'll sit there and say this. As much as I did not like any parts of that episode of Days, structurally, compared to this episode, it was a lot better. Just saying. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. I want to thank you for watching. Stay safe. On the way towards 14 minutes. I'll see you in the next video.